Welcome to Fabulously Flawed, where the perfectly imperfect come to shine. Marni, along with her sensational sidekick Taylor, are the mother-daughter duo that puts the fun in dysfunction. Every episode, we unpack the chaos of mental health while sprinkling in the sass of pop culture. We're here to share stories, laughs, and lessons that remind you to embrace your quirks and to never, ever let anyone dull your sparkle. So join us as we celebrate the beauty of being fabulously flawed. Let's get real, let's get raw, and let's get ready to add a little extra shimmer to your day.
Hey, fabulously flawed friends. Welcome, guys, to another episode. I am your host, Marni. And as always, joining me,
here we go.
My delicious, dazzling, delightful,
dainty. That's my favorite one, so you know I have to throw that in there.
Dainty daughter, Taylor.
Hello, my beautiful people.
I know, everybody's so fabulous out there. You guys, thank you for listening. This episode is called Authentic Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing like being true to yourself.
And nothing more important than staying true to yourself.
Life is so much more fun when you don't have to fake who you are.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so many people are unhappy because they're trying to conform who they are to fit in with this neighborhood group or to fit in with the PTA group or to fit in, and everybody just becomes more miserable, I think, through that process.
Of course, trying to pretend to be something you're not or change yourself to conform to certain societal standards or a certain group
that's
or
so
something.
Smart. Societal standards.
Oh,
love that.
Well, thank you very much. I'm bringing out my big vocabulary in preparation for Taylor Swift's album drop Thursday at midnight. We know she's going to be using some big words, so I'm getting used to it myself.
Is it Pacific time or Eastern time?
12 a.m. Eastern.
Oh, because something came out Pacific time, remember?
Yeah.
The Disney thing.
Yes. Disney Plus was...
I am a Swiftie over 50, so now I ask.
But yeah, no, at 12 a.m. on Thursday, well, technically Friday. This Friday, we will be blessed and just taken to another planet.
I was listening to The Toast. I love these two girls now.
Claudia and Jackie.
Love them. Mm-hmm. And they were they are so true to who they are.
Oh, yeah.
Completely.
Oh, my God.
If you
Claudia calls herself like Turdy Lou or something, just like a funny, silly name. Oh, they're totally authentic.
I love them.
Yeah.
And they were taking Taylor Swift lyrics. I'm not lyrics, I'm sorry, the titles, and thinking how the songs would be. Like, but Daddy, I love Taylor.
Yeah, her song, But Daddy, I love him.
Okay, so now we'll wait and see if we're, I don't know, we'll close. We'll see. I want to go through the titles and do our own version of what we think they'll sound like.
Yeah, let's do it on the next episode. So Thursday, right, the day.
Perfect.
12 hours before the album drops or whatever, we'll have our episode out and we'll see.
Is one of them called Florida?
Yes, Florida.
See, Florida.
Yeah, it's Florida. And
Florida.
That's the track that I'm most excited for because it's featuring Florence and the Machine, who sings Dog Days Are Over, You've Got the Love, Hunger. I don't know.
You got the love from Sex and the City?
Yes.
No.
You've got the love.
I'm dancing right now.
Yeah, so she is on one of Taylor Swift's new songs, Florida. So not only am I so excited for the track Florida because Florida, living there, but also it's with Florence and the Machine, who is one of a top 5 favorite artist of mine. So I'm quite excited, and this is me on the topic of the podcast, staying true to myself. I am full of excitement and joy for Taylor Swift, and no one will ever, knock me off of that.
I love how
pedestal.
What's so weird is that I remember taking you to the concert when she came on the top thing into your row or something.
Yeah, I was actually just talking about that with a friend the other day, how on her Red tour.
Oh, it was Red?
It was Red. So it was a long time ago, back in 2013, I think is when she toured. And
how is this the same Taylor Swift?
I know, no. Oh my God, and she's just even better somehow. And basically, so the seats that Molly and I had, we were not first row for the main stage, but there was a circular little mini stage.
Right.
I don't know, just further from the main stage, whatever, I don't remember exactly where. And we had front row for that mini stage.
For that section, yes.
We didn't know, at that time, social media, TikTok wasn't a thing, so I didn't know where Taylor Swift was going to be, during her songs. Now the Eras Tour, you can know exactly where on stage she's going to be.
When
exactly
she's drunk in the cruel summer, you're going to know where you are when she's in the back of the car. Where her hand goes, you'll be angled that way.
Right, exactly. You know everything. But back in 2012 or 13, that wasn't the case. I just remember all of a sudden Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran appear 2 feet in front of me, and it's literally rocked me to my core.
They were on a little bucket that lifted them up in the sky.
Exactly. So
and
the
brought
stage,
you over.
right. And I just remember the stage kind of levitated a bit. So it was her and Ed. I think it was Begin Again is the song
Are
that they
they
have
still
together.
friends?
I'm not sure if I'm right on that, but
Are they still
yes,
friends?
yes,
They are
yes.
still friends?
Oh, for sure. And
Okay,
you
good.
know that Ed is featured on Endgame, one of the songs on Reputation, Taylor's album. That is going to be the one she's re-recording. That we don't know when it's dropping, but we know her and Ed are very much going to re-record or have re-recorded their own song. And they're still friends because I think it was the Grammys or whatever award show happened a few months ago. You saw them conversing, and apparently Ed mouthed, like when Taylor announced her new album, he mouthed something like, "Oh, I knew about this" or whatever. So yeah, so they're very much still friends.
I knew, love.
Both of them are so talented.
Is he British?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was just.
Of course, he's English.
I just tried to do his accent, like "Thank you, love."
Yeah, no. So anyway, being true to yourself, kind of, we got into the little Taylor Swift.
I was thinking something. I lost my train of thought. Shocker! I don't have a train of thought. I have tracks everywhere.
Right,
I don't have one train.
All your tracks intertwine.
Oh crap!
Always.
I got so forgot what we were talking about. Wait, Ed Sheeran, whatever it is, but. Staying true to yourself. One of the funniest things is I've always been who I am, true to myself, which is, my makeup, my lashes, hair, clothes, nails, makeup, like all girly things.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when we moved from Aventura, which is more city, into the suburbs, not everybody was all bedazzled and bejeweled like I was.
I love how you say not everybody. It's like nobody was really like you.
Nobody still is not
Maybe
like me.
like 3 other moms, but that was it.
So they were like, okay, there's a PTA meeting. You were just starting school, and all the PTA moms are like not generic. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
but your typical PTA mom,
your typical.
right.
But I was still Marni, and they laughed at me, and I was. Wait, what kind of?
No, and then there was my mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Marni,
it's like
who's so
here,
not like anybody else.
I am not, but I didn't. Here's the thing. I was like, okay, now I didn't say to you, Tay, or daddy or whatever, I'm going to go to school, but I'm not going to wear makeup today. I'm going to wear a button down, puffy shirt or something, and I'm going to take off all my makeup and look conservative so I could be in the PTA. That is not being true to who you are or authentic.
Never, oh my God,
oh God, no.
Yeah, God, no.
No. I'm like, ladies, I got to go do my lashes. I was actually here. You want to talk about being true to yourself? I was in a parent conference meeting, and they were telling me how Noah did something that was amazing. And I said, I want to cry right now, but I just had my lash extensions done.
I love that so
they
much.
They cracked up. I said, I bet you've never had a mother in Embassy Creek Elementary ever say, I can't cry because I have my lashes.
Just think about you staying true to who Marni is and whatever, and never changing. Think of how many people you've made smile and laugh throughout the years.
By being me.
By being you. So many. And I don't mean laugh at you in a making funny way.
Oh, no. I was about to say, I've had both. I've had laugh with me and laugh at me.
Yeah, no. Oh, me too, honey. Oh, me too. But no, in this case, I'm talking about people laughing with you because of your sparkle and your humor. And think about it. This world would be so fucking goddamn boring if everyone like you, because there are so many people with so much sparkle out there, if everyone just kind of doled themselves down to fit in, like, oh my God, please never, ever, ever do that.
Like, why? I don't know why anybody, I guess I used to have to feel or act a certain way to be accepted by family members. But for my everyday life, you either blend with me or I don't get you. Like, I always had the eccentric type of friends, TR and Paul, and just different people with different personalities, and actors and musicians and photographers, like anybody that's 9 to 5 and very vanilla. I guess. I am not vanilla. I am bedazzled. I am
fruity pebble
burst of something.
Yeah, totally. Oh my God, me too. In high school, Mom, do you know, like, no one's ever like confirmed it for me, but I know that there are plenty of people out there who were making fun of me and everything I did.
Doing what?
Oh, in high school. Well,
because you were a great cheerleader?
Well, no, because I was things I would post.
Oh, your personality.
Just put myself out there in a way that really, truly nobody else was. My Finsta. Remember those Finstas?
Oh, I sure do.
Yes.
And Brianna's right here looking, going,
That's kind of what I'm talking about. I basically used my Finsta as a personal diary, sharing
everything.
Every thought and feeling and emotion I had in my very Taylor quirky way. And there were those people who loved it, who, couldn't get it, who got a kick out of me.
And the other people that were like, enough.
Oh, for sure. But I never let the haters. I know people were making fun of me, and what I'm trying to say is, I
didn't care.
Didn't
you were
give
still
a fuck.
Taylor.
I still
was that one girl?
And...
Was it the girl, the one that's like, Taylor, stop?
Oh, yeah.
Was she one of the ones?
Oh, yes, of course.
There was this one girl that people thought was so freaking cool. Taylor and I met her a little bit ago, and we were talking to her and her mom, and we looked and we were like, oh gosh, this girl is just what they think she is nothing what goes on, in the real world. She puts on a show, and it's just stop.
Which is so many people. My God, I think about it, and I'm like, you are not really like this. Like, why are you acting this way? But you know what? You have to feel sorry for those that feel like they have to put on some sort of show or mask.
We talked about this in Grease too.
Hide who they really are.
When we were talking about how it's so not used. When we did our Grease 2 episode, and Michael at the end, he stayed true to himself. He thought he would be a biker, and he wanted to be the COOLRIDER cool rider. But at the end, he was just on Michael. It's me.
Nerdy little Michael.
And Stephanie Zanoni went Michael.
I know.
And they loved each other.
I know.
Even in Grease, when Sandy was like, look, I am little Sandra D, but here I am, Danny. And
and especially for those of you who are dating right now, do not
no.
ever feel like you have to change for a man. No, I want to touch all facets
I know.
of staying
when
true
you just
to yourself,
said dating,
whether it turns to friendship or in a romantic partner.
You lost me at dating because then I was thinking of Hinge on our last episode.
Oh, I don't even want to get into that.
Hinge is canceled. Hinge is canceled.
Hinge is canceled. Let's just say
Hinge
that.
died.
Hinge is canceled because I think that it's been causing me more harm than good lately.
Thank you for owning it, Tay, and taking accountability. That is so amazing.
Yeah, I definitely, for sure. I, got a bit discouraged again and was like, you know what? And then I kind of brought myself back to earth and was like, I'm so freaking awesome and amazing.
Of course you are.
And whoever's meant to be in my life will make sure that they stay there.
Yep, I think a lot of people...
And I'm just going to continue to be Taylor. Sorry to interrupt,
that's okay.
and be myself, because there will be someone out there who just can't get enough of me. And that applies to all of you beautiful, sexy, single ladies as well.
I'm going back.
And guys, by the way.
Circa 8th grade for you.
Okay.
David, Min, the best boyfriend in 8th grade. Was it 8th grade?
Yes, it was 8th grade.
That's who, and David, if you ever listen, here's your shout out. But that is the standard. I mean, but you need somebody, Tay, who is already secure with who they am, because
who they are, yeah.
Who they are, because our personalities... And not that we're bears, but when you see a bear in the woods, you want to run because you're scared.
Right.
We are like our everyday personalities. We're bears.
I know. And I am not going to lie, I've dating, I don't want to call them fails, because it's not a fail, but I guess I haven't had any luck thus far in finding a boyfriend, and it's like thoughts gone through my mind, like, am I too much? Do I need to bring myself
Nope, you
down?
stay who you are.
And then I was like, what am I saying? Like, absolutely not. I'm never going to do that. Like, I'm too, like I just said a couple minutes ago, I'm too freaking awesome and fabulous to do that. I don't want to ever have to feel like I have to put myself in a shell to fit someone else's idea of, who they want me to be or whatever.
I told you that story that this guy I dated for like a month or something, he took me to 2 different weddings, and the wedding was at the Lowe's Miami Beach, and it was gorgeous.
Stunning, yeah.
No, it was beyond. And I was dancing, of course, with the dance, like just always dancing. And the guy said to me, he's like, do you mind going to freshen yourself up? You're a little sweaty.
Oh, right. I remember that? You telling me this.
And I was like, and then that's when I called Daddy, because he's always there to pick me up and never looked back on the other guy. And of course, that's part of my daddy stories. But I was being myself, and I was not a proper little...
You were dancing. You were having fun.
Ooh, ooh, with my arms up.
As you should have.
I was doing the hora, Havana. I don't even know the bride, but I was like...
whoring. I was in the whoring.
That too.
Whoring.
Whoring up. But when I got back to tables, do you mind fixing yourself? I'm like, yeah, I do mind. I was going back to replenish, get the water, and go back.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Never ever change for anybody, guys. And I have been, and for those of you who personally know me, you know that I am not like anybody else. And I still to this day have people tell me like, oh my God, you're so funny. Like, you're so like quirky and unique. Yeah, no, it's the best.
Do you know what, Tay?
Absolutely,
our quirks became our credentials.
Oh, I
just came up with that. Our quirks. I think I've heard that before.
Our quirks have become
our credentials. Isn't that fabulous?
Oh my God. I'm going to be using that from now on because that is so true.
Okay, Kaz is already now designing our shirt for that. My hat, my green baseball hat backwards.
In case you guys forget and can't keep up with all the nicknames that my mom has for Brianna, Kaz is Brianna.
See, you know what? I forget that they're like, what's Kaz? And it's like Cosmo. Well, who's Cosmo? Who's Brianna? And it's like the same person.
It's all our nicknames, but just to clear up any
what
confusion.
I love. Wait, first of all, Brianna's here. This is how I have never changed. I had a memory with you yesterday. You sent me something. I didn't know what it was. It was Basa Ladybug. And I go, even at 12 years old, I had inside jokes with you girls. It was my memory on Facebook.
Oh, yeah,
I had no idea what it was. But so when we had that dog for like a week and it was Cosmo, Brianna was over and I was like, oh, there's Cosmo. And she's always been to that day, my Cosmo. I don't even
know.
The only time I call her Brianna is if I refer to her now in an official kind of way. But I never could. It's either Brie or Kaz.
Right. Yeah, of course.
If I ever called her Brianna, she'd think I'm mad at her.
Yeah.
What did I do?
It's like and you're so like that's just it's weird and quirky and you've never changed.
Nope.
You are, and I love how you're like so able to just get on the microphone and just like say all these weird like, all this weird shit and not even care. Like this is you're literally proving our point to stay true to yourself. And,
oh my gosh.
Who cares about the weird shit you do as long as it makes you happy
makes
and smile.
Me happy. So many people want to like tame themselves, or I don't want to be, come off too strong. But if your personality is a bubbly personality, be that and the people will find you. Just a side note. Oh, I'm sorry. If anybody's listening, if you're ever angry and you say the word bubble, you cannot be mad. Try to scream the name bubble mad. You can't do it.
You're right. Like,
God damn it, bubble. You can't.
You're right. You can't. You fucking bubble. You're right. Like, it's so impossible. I'm going to need
Tell Daddy to name me Bubble.
Yeah, right. Oh my God. That is
Bubble 1, Bubble 2, Bubble 3, Bubble 4.
Every guy I go out with, I should just name them Bubble.
No, tell them your name is Bubbles.
Oh, well, that too. But I'm saying if they ever piss me off, it's just like I can't even be mad because like you're just Bubble. Like I don't know what I'm saying is like
Brianna knows what I'm talking about right now. Now I'm thinking of Hubble in the episode Sex and the City. Like, your lady's lovely Hubble, and that was from The Way We Were with Barbara Streisand.
On the topic of Sex and the City, okay. I know I've been saying this for weeks now, and just to preface the story, I watched the whole Sex and the City series, but when I was like 18 years old.
A long time ago, I forced you.
And I'm 24 now. And I obviously did not like at an 18-year-old mind. Yeah, I understood some of what was being said.
But the reason you've also, I don't mean to interrupt, but you've also seen so many because since you were born, I've shown you episodes sporadically.
Right. But now I'm at an age where I'd really understand and relate to a lot of what they're saying and going through, and I've been saying for weeks I'm gonna actually rewatch, but no, like, and I
the other night
yet,
we were peeing,
but
we were peeing when that was the episode when he wanted her to pee on when he wanted her to pee.
Yes, when that politician wanted Carrie to pee on him.
So she goes, maybe I could dribble warm tea.
yes, warm tea. You could close your eyes and I could pour. Oh, okay, and I don't think that I could ever be sad about like one of my dates or dating not working out if I watch that show because the whole premise of the show is their dating fails.
What Michael Patrick King does is he puts them, it's like the arc. It's like, it's going great, boom, the pie in the face.
Yeah, but then you see them totally fine and okay and on to the next.
Exactly. They're at the diner the next day saying, this guy had the funkiest tasting spunk. Mm-hmm. They're not crying, going, oh, he didn't like me. No.
I know. And I'm, when we talked about this before and I'm very open about it. I have dating struggles and what I need is Carrie, Miranda, Charlotte, and Sam.
They are my girls. They are my life. They are my Bible.
Because I think that show like really truly like gives you insight on like dating is just fun. Like if it doesn't work out, life goes on to the next. Life goes on. You'll find your guy.
Like Charlotte, when she's like, I've been dating.
In this case, you'll find your
right. But Charlotte was like, where is he? I've been dating for so many years. But it happens in the next episode that we were going to watch when you didn't want to watch with me yesterday.
Sorry,
it's okay. It's when she met Trey when he almost hit her with the cab. But it was that moment. That's how life happens. They all met.
I know it happens when you least expect it. And wait, my Uber driver. I was in an Uber the other day. It was just me and her.
I love Lady Uber. I love them.
She was the sweetest lady. And she's like, or are you going to work? I'm like, no, I'm actually going on a first date. So then we start talking about dating and whatever. And it turns out her husband of 25 years, she came home from work one day and all of his shit was just gone. Oh. And he turns out that he had been seeing somebody else. He like went off to Peru or something like that. So, and then she's just telling me, but wait. The story has a bright side. So this was a few years ago and she's obviously all depressed. Her husband just left her out of nowhere. Her boyfriend from when she was like 13 or 14 years old. I forget exactly the details because I was also having my own anxiety, thinking that I'm going on this date, but I was trying really hard to focus on what she was saying. Bottom line is they reconnected after like they're almost 40 years apart, and he kept every letter that she wrote to him when she left Peru to move to the United States. He stayed in Peru, this guy, and they met up years later, like recently, a year or two ago, and he still kept like all the letters they wrote to each other. That's like a rom-com. And they made their way, and they made their way back to each other. So
so that's why it didn't work.
That's why it didn't work out with her or ex-husband.
The universe had a plan.
The universe had a plan to bring them back together all these years. Yeah. So I just I forgot to tell you that, but that's a very true story, and it made me very happy that even some really dark shit could happen. That there's always light at the end of the rainbow. And
always, my gosh, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. I don't want to. Maybe we should do more converse. I want to do next episode. Yes, the Taylor Swift is awesome, but I want to tell people what it was like for you at 21 years old to come and rescue me when I'm saying I want to die, hysterically crying.
Oh, how did we get into this deep topic? We were just talking about my Uber driver finding her
I don't know where
the love of her life, and now you're talking about me saving you.
This is my ADHD. I had the conversation in my head.
And I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? I mean, we could talk about it, but I was just thinking about, my Uber driver.
I had a conversation, and I answered mentally, but then the rest of it came out of my mouth.
That seems to be what happened. So continue anyway.
But I think what I was saying how we've survived everything, and everything was so dark, and yeah. I mean, it doesn't get worse than a little girl having to save her mother and how that night panned out. And Brianna was there, so she lived through it by her being your roommate. There was a time
Bree's seen a lot of it for sure, because I am not one to hide my emotions. I let everything out always.
Bree's going to be there when you give birth because I'm not listening to those cries. She's used to it. But I text Brianna saying, "You please take care of Taylor. I can't take this anymore." Like, so she.
That's also putting a lot of shit on Brianna.
Exactly. I traumatized her too by default.
That's about Bree saying it's okay.
No,
it's okay,
I traumatized her because now she's worried about you, who's worried about me.
I know. It was a whole big cycle of sadness.
But we're here now laughing and sparkling, and that's where I was trying to get at.
And I needed this
laugh today.
Today, so I'm really glad that we can, give that to each other.
Yes, this is like, we always say this every time we sound so surprised how therapeutic this is.
I know.
But we know it, but we're always like, wow, this was so therapeutical.
It's because life just, keeps throwing curveballs at me, but
I just married your dad for the third time.
I know.
People hear that and they're like, what?
My curveballs aren't really as big and severe, I guess, as yours were, but and I just love that we have this podcast because it's such an outlet for me, and people listen, like, oh, I meant to tell you, Molly texted me, she's like, loved my shout out on your podcast.
No.
Because we were talking about her and Jacob, and how
I said, hey, Molly, I'll see if no, she listened.
Yes, I meant to tell you, so hi, Molly, we love you.
I'll give you a tush. And see, that's me being my inside jokes with these little girls.
I know, these people are probably like, tush, what do you mean? But yeah, no, Molly just has a very...
Oh no, the crunchiest. She has had this little tush since she's a little girl.
Ass, yeah.
No, you just want to bite her tushy. And then when she got older and puberty, it became even more round. You just wanted to just...
She's going to die.
I know, I'm so sorry.
We love your ass, Molly. It is plump and perfect.
They're like little matzo balls.
Oh my God, that is so funny. But so yeah, so
wait, Molly. Remember I asked Molly, how do you make a matzo ball? And she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, Molly. And she's like, I don't know. And I wanted that recipe so bad.
I know, because her mom is such a great cook.
Jody makes the best fucking chicken matzo ball soup. And since you're 4 years old, like 20 years, we've been trying to get this recipe.
I know. And maybe one day I'll just like sneak into their house and get it. So it makes me very happy that
people actually listen.
And whether...
Well, that's why I share, because other people are like, wait, I'm like that too. I'm quirky. I'm weird.
No, I totally didn't even realize. Like, I know my friends listen when they can at their convenience, but I truly was like so surprised when Molly's like loved my shout. I'm like, oh, you listened? Like, okay,
that is
great.
so cool.
That means that, we're helping at least one person. And if I don't know you or not, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm glad that we could bring you guys, whether it's advice or just a laugh or a smile, whatever you're in need of. You could be the happiest person ever, but if you want to laugh more and you listen to this, like, we love you.
I hope I make people laugh. That would be so amazing.
I feel like we do. I'd say we're pretty entertaining. I'm going to give us some credit there.
I had a reading done by Shar Margolis. She was she was the best psychic medium ever. And she knew things that she should not have known. Mm-hmm. But she said to me, remind me your personality of my friend Marissa. And I was like, from Hairspray, from the show Hairspray.
Oh, Marissa Whittaker, right? That's her name?
Marissa Jo Whittaker, I think.
Okay.
She goes, you have this effervescent personality. And she goes, you also remind me of Ricky Lake with your personality, who was in the Hairspray movie, which is ironic.
Wait, the one like I saw, like the 2000?
No, the original.
Oh, okay,
the original one.
Earlier, yes.
Yep,
okay.
And I was like, wow, like, thank you. Like, because I don't talk like a normal person, I guess. I don't, even when I call to make a doctor's appointment, like, hi, it's Marni Goldman.
Yeah.
And it's like I whoosh on the phone and but that's who I am. I would never, so I remember being with Daddy, or I don't know if we were on a vacation or something, and Daddy shushed me. Someone shushed me. Was it Daddy or Mitch? One of them shushed me.
Someone. Oh. Mitch, by the way, is my friend.
Oh,
dad,
no,
it's friends exactly with my dad. My mom, again, she sometimes forgets that you guys don't know these names.
I love it because we're so like into each other right now. I forget that this is going out on the Spotify airwaves.
I'm always here to tell people that if you don't know Mitch, whatever. He's my dad's friend, my friend's dad, whatever.
So I was talking and he was like, shh. I was like, oh, he didn't just shush me. Oh, no, he didn't shush me. I don't be shushed. I am going to put my arms out and jazz hands and do whatever I have to. No shushing.
Yeah, no, I know. We don't let anyone
dull our sparkle,
quiet us down. Exactly. And I actually I posted these videos on TikTok and I have had so many positive comments, but then I have these hate comments that make me laugh. They're from strangers. I don't give a fuck. But some guy was like, he said something like, oh God, after hearing you talk, I understand why this guy broke your heart or something. And it's like, geez, like, who hurt you? But and to me, like, it just made me laugh. Like, it just makes me want to post more and continue to be myself because whatever. I think it was just, I was saying that I hate comment about my personality. Like,
the dude's like, I can see
why he broke your heart. I know. Like,
see,
damn.
I
didn't let it bring me down. It actually motivated me more.
I post and ghost. I post something, but I don't want to see what other people say to me because of my imposter syndrome. It's so fucking ridiculous. But I don't see the good things or the bad things, which is fine because I don't want to know.
No, that's fine for sure. I think it's out of sight, out of mind can be very healthy. So if that's what works for you,
but I'm still so messed up, like from my teenage years, which is ridiculous, that when people I know from high school that were like 2 years older or whatever, and like I always used to think when they would hear Marni Michelson, ugh, hate that name. I hated being, look at my face right now, even just saying it.
It's her maiden name, by the way.
They would be like thinking, ooh, you know her, she's gross. Like when you used to meet people from camp and I knew their parents, you were my way of being like, look, I'm not gross. This is my daughter. It's how bad and low I thought of myself.
I know. But you've worked on yourself so much. Oh my God, you're like a freaking amazing badass warrior now. And by the way, guys, before we wrap up this episode, I just wanted to give you guys the definition of what authenticity is, because I think it's like,
we hear the word so much.
Right, you hear it so much, but like hearing what it actually means, like I just hope you take this with you. The healthy alignment between internal values and external behavior.
So what you're thinking and
how
act
you
that
feel,
way,
please
let it be the same.
Let it be the same. Don't change. It's just more stress and it's just it's not giving yourself the true happiness that you deserve.
It's funny. I watch so much Law and Order. Like I am obsessed with that show.
I love how they have such like a catchy intro for such like a dark show,
right? Because it's great, right? And I am just so obsessed with it. But so much I see is they live these lives, then they're like, let's go interview, and then they find out they had these all other lives that they don't want people to know that they do. Like they're like the sketchy people. Like he's like works on Wall Street. Then they interview someone, they find out he has a whole nother life, like in the Village or something, doing like crazy things, whether it's pottery. I don't know. He doesn't want people to know he does pottery. So people have to change who they are all the time.
I know. And then look, think of the anxiety and stress you feel when you're not doing what you truly want to do. Like it could be the simplest thing of like, if you want to cook steak for dinner, but someone in your house like wants chicken, or something as big as like changing your political, and religious values to date someone. Just bottom line is, if you keep being yourself and doing exactly what you want to do, everything will fall into place exactly how it's meant for you, whether it's love or work or family, whatever
or
it may
going
be.
to get eyelash extensions. The ladies that are there before
or
you.
eyelash extensions.
Well, there was a lady that was there before me that used to get her eyelashes done. And so we would see each other every other week until she ended up being a yenta. Remember with the Melanie, and remember that whole big time, that lady that was a yenta that went and said something to the Steven guy and it became a whole big thing.
Oh, yes.
It was just this lady at the nail place, the eyelash place. But it's no big deal. It's really, it's not a big deal, Tay. I know Taylor just signaled the clock to me and I have an appointment soon, but it's okay. It's okay. We're going to keep going. And
no. Anyways, this is actually the perfect time to wrap it up. And
I want to tell everybody though, if you're not feeling good, I'm always saying 988. 988, the way we know 911 for emergencies. If you are not feeling great, if you know someone who could be suicidal, if you are feeling suicidal, if you're depressed, if you see somebody withdrawing more, if you're worried about someone, if you just have a question for anxiety, they are there for you. It is discreet. Can be text. There is somebody there for you 24/7. And had I had 988, I would not have had to call you that night. So it is so important.
But I'm happy that it's around now, better late than never.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And always our Etsy store, because our merch is so amazing.
I know, it's so fun and customizable and just like the coolest stuff.
Right now I'm holding one of our candles that I'm going to have on our website. It's "Would you light my candle?" And all my rent people right now are singing it. They're not even saying "Would you light my candle?"
Would you light my candle? Whatever. I'm not a singer. I'm a podcaster, which I'll leave my talents. And and I used to be a dancer.
Yeah, not so much anymore.
There's been some time that's passed, but I think I still have.
Do you have rhythm still?
I would have to say I have rhythm still. I think,
and this is for Brianna. Rhythm's going to get you. She knows what that means because the "On Your Feet" was the show. So Gloria Stefan, rhythm is going to get you.
Anyway, guys.
So this was a fun episode just to really let people know.
And of us just being ourselves.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess us being ourselves is the literal objective of this whole episode.
Exactly. We are just putting it out there for you guys. This is who we are. We're never going to change, and neither should you.
So with that, guys, relax as much as you can. Dream big. Be the shiniest star in the sky. Never let anyone burst your bubble. So you can't be mad with that.
Bubble is the word of the episode.
Oh, bubble. Yes. And never let anyone dull your sparkle. Thank you, guys.
We
Until
love
next
you.
time.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Fabulously Flawed. Remember, we drop new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday, so be sure to subscribe and never miss a moment of this dazzling duo. Craving more sparkle? Head over to fabulouslyflawed.com for exclusive content, episode archives, and more. And don't forget to check out Fabulously Flawed on Etsy for tons of amazing products that are sure to brighten your day. Be sure to follow us on socials to keep the conversation going and become a part of our Fabulously Flawed family. Until then, keep embracing your beautiful imperfections and remember, never let anyone dull your sparkle.